See, last time, What Culture Pro Wrestling were here at the O2 Academy in Newcastle. They saw, you saw, the whole world saw Gabriel Kidd lie down at Prince Amin's command. I tried to do all I can, but the thing is, I lost that match. I am his manservant. And he said if I do not do what he says, I'll be fired from WCPW. Now, when he said that, when I was standing in the ring, and when I heard those words come out of his mouth, I thought, why not? Why don't I just kick out? Why don't I get fired? Why don't I walk away? The thing is, I don't want to walk away. That's not what I'm about. Because although how bad it is being under his command, I want to say to you, this is for everyone at home, I want to say to you, please, do not stop believing in me. Please, do not give up.
See you later, pal. I'll see you soon, mate. All right. Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere, man. I've been looking for you absolutely everywhere. First of all, check out this new t-shirt. Wow, that's fantastic, mate. Do you want one? £15.
£15?
You know what? I've got better things anyway. I'm tired of carrying these bags. We got more important business to take care of. Come on. Come on, we're good.
Do not give up in Gabriel Kidd. Do not give up in Gabriel Kidd.
Well, our WCPW General Manager, Adam Pacitti, seems to be clinging onto his sanity by his fingertips, and Travis Banks has taken advantage of that by bullying his way into the WCPW Internet title match.
Well, Pachiti's probably been knocking back Valium all week, Dave, to soothe his frayed nerves after the ordeal that was inflicted upon him by Martin Kirby.
Well, right now, time for tag team action. Liam Slater is here, and we're pleased to say he is rejoined by Johnny Moss.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring, weighing a combined weight of 419 pounds, Johnny Moss and Liam
Johnny Moss had to miss Stacked because of injury. In his absence, Liam Slater teaming with Gabriel Kidd in a losing effort against Travis Banks and Martin Kirby, both of whom we've been talking about here. Moss is back with his protege, and they're going to face action in a triple threat tag team match.
Well, forget about Pachiti's frayed nerves. Think about my frayed nerves. Look at the size of Johnny Moss. This guy is a monster. I just look at him and he freaks me out.
You should have frayed nerves last time he was here. You were making fun of his accent.
I wasn't making fun of his accent. I was just pointing out that he comes from north of the wall, as they'd say in Game of Thrones.
North of the wall.
North of the wall. He's not from what?
Hadrian's Wall.
Not that wall. I mean the wall. He's north of the country. He's from Cumbria. It's where the sausages come from.
There's no wall between the north and the south.
There should be.
Anyway, a debut now here on Loaded. A duo who've been making a name for themselves in ICW up in Scotland and also in Shikara, among other places. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, collectively, they are Moustache Mountain. And they are here to make an impact.
And making their way to the ring, weighing a combined weight of 400 pounds, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Moustache Mountain!
And you know what a moustache is, don't you, Dave? That is also a wall.
What?
It's a wall between your nose and your mouth. I wish someone would close yours.
What are you talking about now? A wall. Bate and Seven, very gentlemanly, shaking hands with everyone at ringside, trying to endear themselves to the fans. That could be difficult, I think, in this one, because Moss and Slater have developed quite a following in their early WCPW career.
Hold the door! Hold the door! It's hot! It's Hodor!
Stop it.
That was Hodor.
First the wall, now Hodor. Tell what you've been watching on TV this week.
I love dragons. And surely they're not going to shake hands with every single person in the O2. I mean,
well, if I was them, I wouldn't shake your hand.
This could be the longest ring introduction in history.
So, Bate and Seven, I think someone's refused a handshake to Seven. He's not very happy about it.
No, it looks like he's signing an 8x10. And what do you think, Johnny Moss? I mean, Johnny Moss is a man he's a man's man. You know, not like William Regal in WWE. This guy is a man's man. I mean, he probably eats Cumberland sausage for breakfast, probably throws bales of hay for lunch, and probably kills a fatted calf for dinner. But the fact is, he's got to watch these two guys that have a very interesting ring attire and presence. What do you think he's thinking?
You know, Johnny Moss has been wrestling a very long time. I'm sure he's seen it all. Any kind of these antics that you're going to get from Moustache Mountain or any other youngsters will not in any way distract Moss from his objective, which is always to cause pain, and he is a specialist at it. Exactly that kind of experience, that kind of wherewithal that Liam Slater is hoping to gain from his mentor as part of this team. This will be very much a new experience for Slater, I think. Triple threat tag.
Did you see Johnny Moss's face? That was the look I was talking about. He can't tell the difference between Moustache Mountain and Brokeback Mountain.
What's wrong with you tonight? You run out of your medication at the chemist or something?
Just like mountains. There's one of those in Game of Thrones as well.
Anyway, the third and final team. Oh, God. Well, a team who purport to be new, although they look suspiciously like a team we've seen before, on their way to the ring, Los Perspectiva.
Accompanied by James R. Kennedy, they weigh in at 356 pounds. Lucha Action, El Hijo del Gracie, the Great El Draco, Los Perspectiva.
Well, I mentioned earlier, Dave, that wrestlers, the greatest wrestlers from all across the planet, are coming here to WCPW, and we've seen the best in Mexican wrestling now 2 weeks in a row. Look at that. I mean, that was actually picture perfect. Textbook Mexican style role. But, you know, Alberto El Patron was here last week, and that was a big deal. But this is an even bigger deal.
Do you genuinely buy into this, or are you just trying to annoy me?
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
It's obviously Prospect.
Do you not watch Lucha Libre wrestling? These guys have set a new standard for high flying. I know you do. I know what your other job is. You work for AAA with me. How have you not seen these people?
Because they're not in it, and they'll never be in it, because they're not Mexican. Oh, Kennedy still trying to play up this charade.
If they're not Mexican, where did they get that sombrero from? That is the traditional Mexican attire.
They might have been to Mexico. Make them Mexican, does
it? They went there to sign their contract, to bring them over here for the first time. Oh, okay, we're going to see some agility in action here.
Oh, goodness sake.
Lucha Libre known for its high flying. Watch this, watch this. Here we go. Oh, 5 stars. Somebody called Dave Meltzer.
Well, this is obviously Gracie. What are we calling him? What's his Lucha Libre name supposed to be?
I'm never a researcher. Here we go again. Look at. Oh my God! That was the grace, the finesse.
Lucha Archer.
Come on, El Draco. He's gonna.
Quite hesitant for someone who's an expert in Lucha Libre, isn't he?
It's the ropes here in England are a little bit higher. He's just got to get. Oh, now look at that.
Yeah, well now look at the look on Johnny Moss's face.
It's like a cat falling out of a tree and landing on his feet.
Moss was unimpressed with the antics of Moustache Mountain. God knows what he's thinking looking at these idiots.
He's probably thinking lunch. I think Johnny Moss may kill or eat someone. Probably in that order. Hopefully.
Yeah, it could be feeding time. This is a strange situation for Johnny Moss, even if he has seen it all and done it all. To be in there with 2, or actually 3 idiots pretending to be Mexican when they're clearly from the north of England. And then Moustache Mountain with their pre-match ritual of shaking hands with everyone. Only in WCPW, eh?
And Liam Slater, talk about the odd one out in this. You've got a beast, you've got Mexican wrestling icons, and you've got Moustache Mountain, which, I mean, what's a name I can give them? Eccentric professional wrestlers, there you go. And then you've got Liam Slater just making his way as a semi-professional wrestler, and he's thrown right in the middle of this.
You must wonder if he's having some weird dream, I think, Slater. This is exactly the kind of situation, though, where that calming influence having a veteran in your corner could be exactly what Slater needs to get past all the showboating, all the shenanigans here, and to focus on winning this match.
Well, Johnny Moss is a man who's been wrestling for almost 20 years. In fact, I think this year is probably his 20th year in the wrestling business. He's been in the ring with the best, famously wrestling Jeff Jarrett at Wembley Arena. Johnny Moss, a former Cumbrian wrestling champion. He's a man that really has been in the ring with the best. People like Fergal Devitt. Johnny Moss was a man responsible for some of his training. You might know him as Finn Balor. And Johnny Moss has taken Liam Slater under his wing, and they are big, big wings, like an eagle.
Tyler Bate starting things out here against Slater. Two of the great youngsters we have here in WCPW. Wrist lock by Slater. And Slater has learned, I think, just how much of an asset Johnny Moss can be. We saw as soon as Moss wasn't his tag team partner, no offense to Gabriel Kidd, but that synergy just wasn't quite there in that defeat to Banks and Kirby.
But you talk about synergy, look at this synergy between these two young wrestlers. It's like the world of sport style coming back, but in the year 2016. Grace, finesse, technique, catch as catch can style here on Loaded, and it's great to bring it into your home.
Slater is going to send Bate to the opposite corner, Irish whip, but it's reversed. Slater going underneath and into the lockup. Finally into the pinning situation here, goes for one count on Bate. One fall here, much like singles triple threat rules, a single pin is enough to win this match. Oh, knee to the face by Bate. As you say, that old school style really coming to the fore, both men holding their own.
And despite all the characters that we've got in this match, that was a very surprising way to start things off. It's wrestling, it's called professional wrestling, and you saw some of it right there.
We've seen Slater a few times now. I've been saying for a while that Slater is one of those guys who really could be the future of British wrestling, but you've got to be impressed as well with Bate during that exchange he had with Slater. Now,
well, people have been stressing about the thought of Donald Trump getting access to the nuclear codes, but Liam Slater has just set off an atomic bomb right here in the O2 Newcastle because he's made the tag to Johnny Moss.
Bate was puffing out his chest there, trying to make himself look as big as possible, but in the end decided the wiser course of action was to tag his partner, Trent Seven.
Talk about getting the short straw on that exchange. And what do you think's going through Johnny Moss's head right now, other than the word hungry, the word angry?
I think Johnny Moss is about to have a bit of fun. Now look, Gracie's in there. Gracie getting chopped by both Seven and Moss. So you're not disputing that it is Alex Gracie?
I'm not saying it, I just think I think you're insulting the Mexican heritage here.
You are so full of rubbish.
And look at all these chops. I told you, Johnny Moss was thinking about food. It's Chop City.
When you talk about Trump, there's more nonsense coming out of your mouth in 90 minutes than there is in any presidential debate.
Oh, European-style uppercut. And Trent Seven, give him credit because he's going toe-to-toe with Johnny Moss. But you can bet it's only a matter of time before that changes.
Moss almost enjoying those uppercuts from Seven. Now Gracie's back in. What an idiot! What a complete moron! What was that meant to achieve?
Well, he was standing up for the honour of his trainer, the legendary Mil Mascaras.
He's not trained by Mil Mascaras.
You can tell by the way he sucks in his stomach and pumps out his lats. And at this, heavy political time, he doesn't want to do a disservice to Mexico. You can tell I've been watching the debate.
There you are, current affairs intellectual heavyweight this week.
American politics and Game of Thrones, they're my two specialist subjects this week on Loaded.
I wonder what else has been pushed out of your brain to get those two subjects in. Anyway, Seven challenging Moss to go to the ropes again. That is not a good idea for young Mr. Seven. Oh, but that is German suplex. Oh my.
Oh no. Oh God. That was like a scene from Friday the 13th. He just sat up.
He is just a wrestling machine.
No. God. This guy is a beast. And look at this.
Well, that's a cover by Lucha Archer.
Did you see that? He went for that small package and Moss literally scooped him up from the floor and put him in a vertical suplex. And that's weird, he's made the tag to Trent Seven.
Seven tagging himself in. You don't have to tag your own partner under triple threat rules. And God, how long has Archer been up there? Now Bate is tagging in.
It's like the Mexican version of Pass the Parcel.
And Bate is going to pick him up. We can do this all night. The blood is rushing to the head of Lucha Archer. Maybe it'll help him cure this personality crisis he seems to be having. Now, what are you doing, Gracie?
He's helping his partner. He's going to get him down, Dave.
He's holding him up there.
He's tickled his armpit.
And Bate, the single finger, enough to send the two members of Los Perspectiva to the mat.
Don't knock the single finger. Steve Austin got years out of that.
Sorry, which two of this prospect team are actually in the match? Because Drake just came in as well. El Draco. The rules are meant to be rules, not just general guidelines.
Perfect drop kick, perfect head nick, and perfect's enough for me to distract myself from your question.
You're just not going to answer me.
But, I mean, rules are there to be broken.
You have been watching American politics. Tyler Bate trying to get this crowd on side. Bate is maybe going to fly. Oh, and Slater stops whatever plans Bate had and may have taken Bate out of the match.
Dave, I sense we're going to see something. Rey Mysterio, get ready to eat your heart out because this is going to be Lucha Libre at its high-flying best.
Gracie looks a little bit nervous. Moss, I think, is going to send Gracie flying. And Gracie, against his own wishes, takes out four men. That is much more hang time, I would suggest, than Gracie would have got if he jumped off there on his own.
And unsurprisingly, Johnny Moss is the last man standing. But, Dave, he's got a gleam in his eye. Surely not.
No way, Moss.
Surely not.
Moss going to the rope. And Johnny Moss! Johnny Moss! Over the top rope! Takes out five men, including his own partner. Reckless abandon from the Cumbrian Man Mountain.
And as if Johnny Moss wasn't scary enough, you put a high-flying move like that in his arsenal and this guy's unstoppable. Unstoppable. What do you think James R. Kennedy's thinking?
He's thinking Johnny Moss is twice the weight of my prospect guys and he's got twice the agility.
They're not prospects. How many more times you do such a disservice to this commentary booth when you hold on. What's he going
Moss,
for?
Double German. You okay?
God.
Moss is just on fire here. Gracie will come in and try and get him. Gracie trying for an armbar. I'm not sure that's going to work. Oh, and maybe it will. Moss is struggling a little bit, but Moss to his feet, and now Gracie in trouble. Gracie picked up. Moss couldn't lift him, but backed into his own corner.
And that was the arm that Moss injured at the gym. It stopped him appearing at Stacks, and Liam Slater's in there. That was a lot of strength to pick a man up with one arm. And look at this gut wrench attempt there.
And he gets it into a power bomb. And Slater will go up to the top. Liam Slater looking to put away Los Perspectiva, and Moustache Mountain with a flying headbutt, and he lands it.
Well, it's the move that they reckon may have prematurely ended Daniel Bryan's career. But these guys are holding nothing back.
But some semblance of actual Lucha Libre there from El Draco.
I've been telling you that this whole time.
You tell me a lot of things, and I would say less than 2% of them are ever true.
Dave, they're priming the moustaches. You know what this means?
Bate and Seven. What does it mean?
I don't know. It means something, doesn't it?
Well, we've never seen them before. We don't know what it means.
It's a war cry. That's what it meant.
Uppercut by Bate. These two very impressive so far. Double brainbuster on El Draco.
When the guy doing it is so far down, does that uppercut become an undercut? That was a hair reference.
I have no idea what you're talking about. How do you know anything about hair? Look at you.
Because your mum still cuts your hair.
God cut yours a long time ago.
Just makes me a more aerodynamic commentator.
Slater charging into Seven with the uppercut, now hitting Bate as well. Slater sent into the corner. Moustache Mountain find themselves 2-on-1 against the youngster from Yorkshire. Slater will pick up 7 on his back. And Slater with the kamikaze crash.
Well, no one's called it that since Kendo Nagasaki's glory days.
I'm a student of the game, unlike some people. Slater jaw got rammed into El Draco's knee.
Oh, look at that. They've been studying Perspectiva's moveset.
Goes for the cover, and that's it! Studying the moveset.
Oh, these guys, I tell you, they've all been singing their praises for a reason. Who would have thought that going into this match against the two teams they were in the ring with, these guys would walk out victorious? But you know what? They did it for Mexico and the honour of Lucha Libre.
They did it because they had 3 men against the 2 men of the other 2 teams.
I bet Alberto El Patron and El Ligero are in the backstage area jumping for joy.
Jumping for joy. They're probably wondering who these idiots are who are insulting the wrestling heritage of their country. But in any case, we can find out exactly how both of those men are feeling. El Ligero and Alberto El Patron scheduled to face each other along with Travis Banks in a triple threat that refused to lose, where we will crown the first ever WCPW Internet Champion. Well, backstage now, Stevie Aaron is with El Patron and El Ligero.
Remember when What Culture did a magazine called Wrestling? We're doing another one called Wrestling. Issue 2 will feature a career retrospective on Brock Lesnar and an interview with Paul Heyman. It'll feature another How WWE Should Have book written by this sexual modern stallion. There'll be all the usual top quality articles and artwork, as well as a top 50 list of the greatest SummerSlam moments of all time. Like last time, you can pre-order and buy your own copy in the link below at shop.whatculture.com. Order now to enjoy issue 2 of Wrestling.